Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim, bringing you guys daily deals with Tim, where I talk about the latest news and deals on cryptocurrency, all for you guys. And before I begin, this is my personal opinion and not financial advice. Now today, I want to talk about Litecoin. Should you take profit or HODL? The whole darn thing. Well, before I even talk about it, let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I am HODLing the whole thing. I guess my experience with Litecoin is that it is the first cryptocurrency that I bought, and I definitely traded a little bit with it, especially when it was going through, I think, like $50 to $60. I was like, I bought at 55, I sold at 56, and then I bought back at 54, sold at like 57, and I was just going crazy over day trading Litecoin. And I realized trading Litecoin is, or any crypto, is probably the hardest thing to do unless you have patience, unless you have a specific plan. If you're just going with your emotions, it's gonna be the worst thing you're gonna do. You're gonna mess up your sleep schedule. You won't be able to sleep at night. You won't be able to function properly. So if you guys are new to trading or even new to cryptocurrency, I highly advise, this is simply my opinion, but I advise you stay away from trading and just HODL it, just hold on to it. But, so my action with Litecoin is just HODL the whole thing. Now, if you guys do want to take profit, you guys have to remember, especially if you guys are US residents, there are tax implications with trading. So if you trade and you cash out that amount, you're going to have to pay your gains on that. And that's going to go under short-term capital gains, which is ridiculously high. I think it's like 30 or 40% of your gains if you held on to that investment for less than 1 year. So if you're going to day trade, you're going to have to think about the gains that you made and track them down for your paying taxes at the end of the year. So that's one of the reasons that I don't trade anymore, because I would have to really track down every gains that I made and pay taxes for it. But on the other hand, if you just HODL, you don't have to pay any taxes on it, at least right now. And when you do take it out, perhaps if it's after a year, then you could pay long-term gains taxes on it, which can be anywhere from 0 to 20% depending on how much you make per year. So if you want to day trade, you got to remember you have to pay taxes on it. There's going to be capital gain taxes. But another thing, the emotional drive is going to make you crazy. So I would advise you away from it. But if you guys do really want to trade, I would probably, this is simply my opinion, I would do maybe 5 or 10% of my holding. Because the higher you trade, the more risk you're putting yourself out there. So if you do maybe 5 to 10%, even if you lose a little bit, that's not going to affect your whole portfolio a lot. So yeah, that is simply my advice. But looking at Litecoin, it's at $305. Holy moly. It's pulled back 7%. It's at 305. I remember just a couple weeks ago, it was around 60 to 70 bucks. And we had this crazy run recently. And let me tell you, back in August and September, I remember when Litecoin went from like 40 to 50. No, it went from 45 to 100 in GDAX. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And it did pull back to around 45. But if you guys invested when Litecoin was like $100, right now you guys would be at 3 times the gains. So at each rise, at each like all-time highs, if you guys just HODL the thing, the next time it goes up, it passes that. Now that's why I HODL, because with good quality coins like Litecoin or Bitcoin, their all-time high is always reaching a new level. I don't know how long this will last because there are bear markets. So if you guys look at this, in 2013, it did go all the way up to $40 or $50, and then it dropped to a single dollar. So sometimes there are bear markets, so it's not going to go high all the time. But right now, there's so much mainstream media and everyone getting into it that I just see there's a great opportunity for the future, especially the next couple of years. For example, CNBC has a Litecoin watch ticker where you could see the price of Litecoin, and also Mike Novogratz, one of the hedge fund managers, talks about it. And also, even famous YouTubers like Philip DeFranco talks about Litecoin and how much gains it made, 242% the last week, crazy stuff out there. So, with all this attention coming into Litecoin and cryptocurrency in general, I see there's going to be a lot more demand coming in, especially from Coinbase, because it is one of the easiest to access and purchase cryptocurrencies. And they're going to list more crypto in 2018, so I'm pretty excited for that. Now, so that is my stance on Litecoin. Whether you should take profit or HODL, that is up to you. But for me, I choose to HODL because I don't have to pay taxes on it until I cash out, and I don't have to worry about my emotions going crazy over it. Now, lastly, I just want to warn you guys, because there's scammers out there all over the time. So in Reddit, this guy named Abolitionary Fez, he's like, hey, do you need help setting up your wallet? Oh yeah, then I recommend this thing. And then you want to enter my address and then send your Litecoin there. It's legit. So especially when you're asking for advices over the internet, you want to be extra careful. If someone advises you this thing, you're going to just confirm it with other people too. So you always want to double check, triple check, because one mistake you make in cryptocurrency can make you lose everything. So you gotta be careful. And also, when you're sending big amount of money, just send like 1 or 2 first to make sure that it works. Because if you type in the wrong address and you send the whole thing, it's all gone. Unless there are sometimes there could be some reverse actions from the exchanges, but it's gonna take a long time to do it. So always be careful with scammers out there, because as cryptocurrency gets bigger, there are just going to be more scammers and more hackers out there. So always be careful. Don't give out your private key to anyone. And if you guys are long on cryptocurrency, definitely invest in a hardware wallet, just such as Ledger or Trezor, because I believe those are one of the best options for securing your cryptos. So that's it for me. If you guys like this kind of content, like this video, comment below, and smash that subscribe button. And also, if you guys want to support this channel, check out the links below, and I'll really appreciate that. And as always, I'll bring you guys more deals on Daily Deals with Tim.